Championship Drag Racing.
You're at the wheel of a top-fuel dragster, 2,000 horsepower, and all you can see is blue sky. That's what faced Larry Booker of Linden, New Jersey. He is the car in the near lane. This is qualifying at the Summer Nationals. Watch as Larry Booker leads the starting line. The power continues to increase, and the wheel stand gets higher until Larry Booker finally has to back out of it. The car comes joltingly back to the ground. Here in slow motion, you see the wheel stand starting. Booker trying to keep it under control. Finally, just cuts the power completely, and it comes to ground. Steve Evans talked with Larry Booker.
What causes a wheel stand like that, and what can you do to prevent them?
Well, the traction's really good, and it's just a matter of a balance between the motor and the tire traction. It's all in the clutches with that.
Would it shake you up physically coming down that way?
Oh, it bounced pretty good, but other than that, I didn't hurt it.
Well, it's got to be an eerie sensation for Larry Booker as the horizon just disappears on him.
Another eerie sensation for this driver, Dennis Fairman from Houston, Texas. The traction unbelievable at the starting line at Raceway Park. You see right here the entire left rear wheel assembly of Dennis Fairman's Chevy Vega just spun off at the hub. Fairman out of competition at the Summer Nationals. Another sensation that nobody wants to experience. Jay Adams of Washington Cross, Pennsylvania, heads off the track into the guardrail with his Chevy Corvette. The car slamming into the rail, coming back to four wheels, then beginning to tilt on its side, and finally Jay Adams on his head. Steve Evans once again.
Well, the good news, Dave, after a spectacular upset, is that Jay Adams of Pennsylvania is okay. At least you look okay.
Yeah, I'm okay.
The bad news is that a very valuable Corvette race car has been completely destroyed.
Very valuable and very, very beloved.
How will this affect your future racing plans, Jay?
It depends on how many people I can rely on to help me put it back together.
Well, without a roll bar, I don't think we'd be standing here talking like this. I hope you salvage more than you think you can. Jay Adams is A-OK, but sure disappointed.
Hello, everybody. I'm Dave McClelland, and along with Steve Evans, we'll be bringing you all the excitement of this 9th Annual Summer Nationals from Raceway Park near Englishtown, New Jersey. We'll be back in just a moment. In Pro Stock Eliminator semifinal round, we find the brand new Ford Fairmont of Bob Glidden against Wally Booth in the AMX Hornet, while the other side of the bracket sees Larry Lombardo against Joe Satmary. The two Chevrolets of Satmary and Lombardo approaching the starting line. Satmary using the big block engine, while Lombardo driving Bill Jenkins' car, sticking with a small block in the Monza body. And a red light start by Satmary, the win automatically to Larry Lombardo. So one Chevrolet will be in the finals of Pro Stock. Lombardo elapsed time, 8.63 seconds. His speed, 155 miles an hour. Here in instant replay, you see Satmary moving just a hair before Lombardo. The American Motors Hornet of Wally Booth. He parlayed a hole shot in the previous round against Mark Ewell to make it this far in competition, but he faces the #1 qualifier Bob Glidden in the Ford Fairmont. Leaving the line side by side, the horsepower of the Ford pays off at the finish line. Glidden, 8.55 seconds at only 149 miles an hour. You see here the lead that Glidden had at the finish line. Here's Steve Evans.
Well, it says #2 in his window, and that means he finished #2 in the world last year. But this year, you're very apt to be #1.
Well, it's a long year yet, but if things keep going good for us, we very well could finish one.
This is the first national event for the brand new Ford Fairmont. You got to be delighted.
We had a lot of problems the first couple of qualifying days, but at this point, we're tickled.
We're ready now for the finals in Pro Stock Eliminator. Bob Glidden debuted a brand new car at this event. Very seldom does a brand new car make it to the finals. Bob Glidden has got it in the finals against the Chevrolet Monza of Bill Grumpy Jenkins. Larry Lombardo intently concentrating on the Christmas tree. The classic Ford versus Chevrolet battle as Glidden goes against Lombardo for the Pro Stock title. They leave the line together. And Glidden appears to be lengthening a lead that takes him to the title. 8.55 seconds at 154 miles an hour. In instant replay, you see them approaching the finish line as Glidden extends the lead that he held from the very start. Let's go to Steve Evans with the Pro Stock champion, Bob Glidden.
Well, Bob Glidden, after some bad luck this year in final rounds, you pulled this one off. You seem very alert on the starting line. Did you think Lombardo was really gunning for you right there?
Well, when you're lucky enough to win some races, everyone guns for you, and Larry is a good driver. I think the starting line was a good leave, and it seemed to be our day to win.
Well, before this year is out, you're liable to change that 2 on your window to a 1 and be the world champion.
I'd love it. I hope we do.
Okay, the funny cars are cackling on the starting line. David, back to you.
Thank you, Steve, and some $10,000 riding on this run. Ed McCulloch against Denny Savage for the title funny car champion at the Summer Nationals. The big question is, what's the racetrack like? There have been no runs on it. You saw just the one just now as Bob Glidden won the title in Pro Stock. Nobody knows how these high horsepower, 2,000 horsepower funny cars will react to the track conditions because the rains overnight have cleaned the surface. The traction was exceptionally good all day long yesterday. Nobody knows what it's like until the clutch is let out and the accelerator pushed to the floor. Both cars staging very gently. And McCulloch into a wheel stand. He had to back out of it. Denny Savage is the winner. 6.46 seconds, not an astounding run by any stretch of the imagination, but in instant replay slow motion, you see the wheel stand by Ed McCulloch that possibly cost him the race. Here again, Steve Evans.
I think we have a very excited and a very tired Denny Savage on our hands. You won it.
Thank God. I don't know what to say.
You've been racing a lot of years. Is this your biggest thrill? It has to be.
It's been a long time coming. Sure has.
Well, sometimes when those NHRA Oscars are first won, they just keep on coming.
Well, I hope so. I really do.
2 cars remain. Top fuel eliminator Jeb Allen. Runner-up here a year ago. He lost when his car would not start on the starting line. He's looking around now saying, where's his competition? And that's the question. Gary Beck has problems. The car will not start. The crewman working on it. He throws down the wrench. And you see with the nod of the head, he tells Gary Beck, there is no way that it will start. Jeb Allen gets a single for the top fuel title. 24 years old, his second Summer Nationals title. He won it in 1972 at the age of 24. Gary Beck sitting, watching as Jeb Allen saving the parts for another day because there'll be another race. And Jeb Allen, the winner. Look at him applauding as the car sort of guides itself down the racetrack. And an elated Jeb Allen just applauding himself, and dejection on the face of Gary Beck as he gets pushed back into the pit area. Beck losing as his car would not start. And here's Jeb Allen, a very happy young man. Let's go to Steve with Jeb Allen.
Jeb Allen, last year it was you who couldn't start your car in a bizarre final. This race seems to make a habit of that sort of thing in Top Fuel.
Yeah, I don't know. We tried our best, you know. We worked all night long on our car, got it prepared for the final, and come to find out, you know, the track conditions, I didn't want to run it through. I felt my motor is a 580 motor at this point, and I see no reason to jeopardize that. We're looking for, you know, a win in Montreal, and possibly if we can win that, we'll start chasing the points and come in the running anyways. I don't know if we can win it or not.